Yeah, so I got pitched this as just a concept, a pitch from Jaime Primak Sullivan, who is an executive producer that I've worked with before. She's always got great ideas, full of great ideas. She comes to me, I'm getting on a plane. She says, I got an idea. I said, okay, I'm about to take off on this plane, so give it to me quick, and I'll call you when I land. She goes, okay, think Cujo or Jaws with a lion. And she hangs up the phone. And so now I'm on the plane for 4 hours, and that's the concept in my head. And I gotta tell you, Jose, by the time, I didn't mean to say Jose. And I gotta tell you, by the time I landed, I was like, oh, I got it. I got the movie. I know what it can be. This could be a lot of fun. And one of the first calls I made was to Idris Elba. And I called him and said, I got something for us. And he and I have worked together many, many times before. He's one of my most frequent collaborators. We got a shorthand. We trust each other. We're very close. And once he said, hey, that could be fun. We can do this, and we can do this in a way that people won't expect. I said, okay, I'm in. Let's figure it out. And that's what got the development process rolling. You know, this movie, Beast, would have been a very different movie with a different actor. And there is only one Idris Elba version of this movie because he is such a unique and singular talent. And he gave us the gravitas and the grounding and the weight that we needed to make this something more than just a run-of-the-mill, cheesy B movie. He helped to elevate this and give it some gravitas. He really did. And it's having him on board that, to me, is one of the strongest elements of the movie. He's playing a father that is torn, that is under stress, that is estranged from his daughters, whose family is ripped apart, whose family is in peril, and all that's true before he ever touches foot on the continent of Africa. Then, by the way, he gets there and has to go into survival mode because he and his daughters now are face to face with a man-eating, bloodthirsty lion. The idea of having an actor that is able to balance that and get you invested in his character even before we jump into this really taut, palpable action that our director Baltasar put together is just a true gift. And that gift came in the form of Idris. Baltasar has such an amazing ability to toe the line between broad scope and intimacy. He is able to bring you into a world where you see these amazing broad vistas of the African savanna and take you from there into a world where you've got this monster, right? This killer lion that will not stop, that is continuously coming after our family. And also bring you into quiet moments in the car where they're talking about their situations, they're talking about their family drama, they're talking about their trauma, and they're having these quiet moments where you get invested in the family, in the characters, and in their own drives and their arcs. And then before you know it, bam, you're right back into these action sequences with this lion, which is nonstop. And so Balt does an incredible job. I think that is his superpower in being able to balance both that intimacy, that important human interpersonal character drama with the scope and action of a film like this. Yes, shooting in South Africa was the thrill of a lifetime. Absolutely was. It was incredible. It was my first time shooting on the continent. It presented its own unique opportunities, like these amazing shots of the African savanna and the plains that you will get nowhere else. You just can't create that on a green screen, not in the way that it feels organic. It also created its own challenges. We were so far away from the nearest city. You know, we didn't have a lot of resources and amenities with us. Anything you didn't have, you just had to go without because it would take, you know, so much time to get it brought in. You were out there in the animals' domain, in their territory, and we had to adjust to that. That was the reality of shooting there. And then also bringing the lion to life. The CGI factor of this was very important. We knew we weren't going to shoot with real lions. We wanted to make sure that we had a CGI lion that was up to task because the lion is a character. It's a character in this movie. The lion is a beast, but in a way, so is man. Man is the beast that has created this lion. And just like Idris is out in self-preservation mode and trying to protect what's his, so is the lion. The lion is in self-preservation mode, protecting what it is, what is his. So Beast really serves as, it's a symbolism for both of them, for the parallel tracks that both our main character, Idris, and our lion are on. And they're both characters in this film. And they go head-to-head in a showdown, and only one can win. Yes, absolutely. You look at the supporting cast of this film, and they are what really help to complete the dynamic of this narrative, because you have to believe that these girls are filled with angst, in peril, estranged from their father, and then are able to deal with this crisis, this lion that is coming after them. That's no small feat. And the Sharlto character, who is the one character who is native to this environment, who knows this world, who is our guide, not only for the characters in the film, but for us, the audience, giving us the lay of the land. He is somebody who, in real life, Sharlto Copley is a native South African, and so he helped us to bring the nuance needed in order for this character to be believable. But it's definitely the supporting actors in the film which helped to elevate it. That's right. Yeah, without a doubt, you know, the underpinnings of this movie are all about what we need to learn about respecting nature. That is something that you see in this film. This beast is man-made. He's man-created, almost as if we went into a lab and created him, because we ripped him from his family and destroyed his pride. And this happens in real life and creates these rogue lions and creates these nomadic lions who don't have pride. And we do that. And we have to understand that there are repercussions that we, as humans, as a humanity, when we don't respect nature and we don't respect the animals that are here, especially in their own domains, when we go into their domains and we disrupt their ecosystem and the cycle of life, there is always going to be ramifications, there are going to be repercussions. And this movie takes a look at the extreme example of what could happen when something like that goes on. Beast is a taut thrill ride. It's a survival thriller. It's all about self-preservation. It takes you right to the edge of your seat. It will have your knuckles white as you grab the person next to you, drop your popcorn a little bit, but ultimately have a good time. It's the type of movie that you go see in the big screen on a theater to experience it. You're gonna enjoy it. When you separate those prides, you have these alpha males that otherwise would be part of a group. The ecosystem is intact. The female lions, lionesses go out and hunt. The male lions protect the pride. They stay together intact. When you separate them out, you create these rogue lions. And this is an examination of what happens when a rogue lion discovers who the real enemy is. And the real enemy is man. There is deafening silence, if you will, because they're looking around trying to figure out where the beast is, and they don't know. And you hear the sounds of the bush, and the bush is alive, but you know that there's something out there that is hunting you, that is looking for you, that wants your blood. When you're sitting in a theater and you can feel the tension that they're going through, you literally can see the sweat dripping off the actors as they look across a moonlit savanna, and then you see just a shadow, and you wonder, what was that? Is it just trees rustling, or is that the beast that is coming? So our director, Baltasar Kormákur, he did an amazing job with creating a energy around this film. It was something that was very, very important. We knew that we were gonna have a family in peril. We made a very specific decision to shoot in Africa, in South Africa, deep in the bush of South Africa. This is not a green screen. This is not shot on some stage in the middle of a US city. This is something that we wanted to go and really be in the environment so that you could feel it, so you could have these wide, scopy shots that really made you feel like you were there. And this is Baltasar saying, I've got a vision that I want to bring the viewer inside this world. One of the decisions that he made was to use a POV technique of shooting this film. And so he takes you on the journey and you follow the action. They're very long takes and you are in a point of view perspective from the camera. The camera is taking you through the whole thing and you feel, it makes it visceral. There's a kinetic energy to the film.